When your breakdown is actually the system breaking you, why Black women's softness is an act of economic rebellion. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French. And I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I want to share insights from an extraordinary conversation I had with Danielle Mitchell, a woman who is not just speaking truth to power, she is rewriting the entire narrative about what it means to rebuild, to resist, and to reclaim your life when the world and even your own family has worked against you. Danielle Mitchell is a force. She is reshaping how we understand Black women's labor, Black women's pain, and Black women's power. Her work is a clarion call to every Black woman who has ever been told that her exhaustion is her fault, that her struggle is her weakness, that her need for rest is her failure. She is proving that when Black women choose softness, we are not retreating from the fight, we are leading it. Let me ask you something. When you see a Black woman working 12-hour shifts, raising her children alone, rebuilding after betrayal from the people who were supposed to have her back, what do you call that? We have been taught to call that strength. We have been taught to call that resilience. We have been taught to celebrate it, to admire it, to hold it up as proof of what Black women can endure. But what if I told you that what we are really looking at is not a testament to her character, but a reflection of a system that has structurally failed her? What if I told you that her breakdown is not a personal flaw, it is a systemic setup? Here is the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. According to recent labor data, nearly 600,000 Black women have been economically sidelined since early 2025. 600,000. That means they have lost jobs, been pushed into lower paying, less secure roles, or forced out of the workforce entirely, even though Black women are the most educated female cohort in this country. Let that sink in. The most educated. And still, we are the first to be pushed out, the last to be paid fairly, the most likely to be left behind. So when you are grinding, when you are holding it together, when you are doing everything right and it still falls apart, that is not because you are not trying hard enough. It is because you are carrying a load the system was never designed to help you hold. Your story, working 12-hour shifts, rebuilding after family betrayal, holding it together for your kids, is not a shameful outlier. It is exactly what happens when the economy relies on Black women's labor, but refuse to protect or properly value us. Danielle Mitchell shared something with me that I have not been able to stop thinking about. She told me about a season where, like so many Black women, she was doing everything right on paper, working long hours, showing up for family, holding it down emotionally and financially. And still, she watched things fall apart. Relationships cracked. Family members she trusted worked against her. The people who said they were helping were also undermining her decisions behind her back. She told me about the disorientation of realizing that some of the loudest critics shared her last name. If you have ever felt that, if you have ever been sabotaged by the people who were supposed to protect you, I want you to hear this. You are not alone. You are not crazy. And you are not weak for feeling the weight of that betrayal. What changed everything for Danielle Mitchell was when she stopped making her rebuilding about proving her worth to them and started designing her life and work around what she needed to feel safe, sane, and supported. That meant setting firmer boundaries with family, getting clear about her money and career moves, and redefining success so it included peace, not just grind. That is the lens she brought into our conversation, and that is the lens I want to offer you today. Now, let me challenge another assumption. When we talk about a soft girl era, some people hear that and think it means being fragile, idle, or disconnected from ambition. But here's what Danielle Mitchell helped me see and what the data confirms. For Black women professionals and entrepreneurs, softness is a strategy. It is a choice to protect our nervous systems, set boundaries with toxic family dynamics, and build businesses and careers that honor our emotional safety as much as our bank accounts. That is not weakness, that is high level leadership. And the data backs this up. Black women are among the fastest growing groups of entrepreneurs in the United States, with 17% in the process of starting a new business, higher than white women at 10%, and even white men at 15%. Yet we face the harshest funding and income gaps. Black founded teams received only 0.3% of all venture capital funding in early 2024, and women only startups attracted about 2.3% of venture capital globally. So when you choose to protect your mental and emotional capacity, you are not being soft in the way the world wants to dismiss you. You are being strategic. You are staying in the game long enough to build something that is truly yours. Let me tell you about a woman who lived this. During and after the pandemic, she was pushed out of a stable job into the lower paying, less secure work. She was concentrated in healthcare, one of the lowest paying fields, and she was carrying high caregiving responsibilities at home with limited affordable childcare. She was emotionally exhausted. Family strain was crushing her. She was the primary breadwinner and caregiver, and she was breaking under the weight. But here's what she did: she leveraged the skills from her previous employment, caregiving, admin, customer service, and she created a small business that could start lean: virtual assistants, home care services, coaching. She used women focused and Black focused entrepreneurship programs to gain training, mentorship, and community. And here's the part that matters most: she built a business model that intentionally incorporated boundaries, limited client load, scheduled rest days, digital tools to avoid being on 24/7. She treated emotional healing, therapy, support groups, spiritual practices as part of her business strategy, not an afterthought. The outcome? She regained income and greater control over her working hours, allowing more presence with her children and better management of those 12-hour shifts or multiple roles. Her mental health improved, burnout reduced, and she experienced an identity shift from struggling employee slash mom to founder and leader. She successfully launched and sustained a business beyond the critical first year, joining the wave of women who now start nearly half of all new businesses in the United States. She built a small but loyal client base that values her expertise and respects her boundaries. She created a work structure that allows for school events, rest days, and dedicated healing time, a tangible expression of a soft girl era built into her business model. And she now serves as a role model for her children and community, showing that you can rebuild after losing everything and do it in a way that honors your humanity. This is not just one woman's story, this is a movement. Let me share another example. The California Black Women's Collective Empowerment Institute works with Black women across the state to help them gain skills, access jobs, and step into leadership through programs like She Works California and Supporting Our Sisters. Many participants are women who have faced job loss, underemployment, family strain, and systemic bias. Women who are trying to rebuild their lives while carrying heavy personal and economic burdens. Black women in California make up only 6.6% of the female population, but are overrepresented in poverty, housing instability, and health disparities. They earn about 60 cents for every dollar paid to white men and often spend half their income on housing or childcare. Many are concentrated in the care economy, teaching, nursing, caregiving, which is undervalued and underpaid. The emotional toll of constantly showing up strong while dealing with racism, sexism, and family responsibilities is crushing. But the collective did something different. They created career and leadership development programs that provide training, mentorship, and confidence building. They created safe, culturally rooted spaces where Black women can be honest about burnout, trauma, and economic stress without judgment. They encourage participants to set boundaries at work and at home, advocate for fair pay, and pursue leadership roles. They provided networks and resources that support entrepreneurship and career transitions, not just getting a job. The outcomes: Black women participants gained new skills, secured better jobs, and stepped into leadership roles, strengthening their economic position and confidence. There was increased civic and community leadership among Black women, including record breaking voter turnout and policy engagement. A growing ecosystem where Black women can access both practical tools and emotional support. This demonstrates that when Black women are given supportive ecosystems, not just lectures about resilience, they thrive and lift their communities with them. It shows that centering Black women's softness, spaces for vulnerability, healing, and affirmation is a strategy for long term economic and social change. Now, let me zoom out and show you the bigger picture. Since early 2025, nearly 600,000 Black women have been economically sidelined, losing jobs, remaining unemployed, or being pushed out of the labor force entirely. Black women lost 297,000 jobs between February and September 2025, while men gained 621,000 jobs in the same period, widening the gender and racial employment gap. Many Black women are gaining jobs only in the lowest paying sectors: healthcare, food services, social assistance, while losing roles in more stable, higher paying areas like government and professional services. Real unemployment for Black women is over 10% when accounting for those pushed out of the labor force entirely. Pay gaps are severe. Women overall earn 81 cents for every dollar men earn, and Black women earn about 66 to 71 cents compared to white, non Hispanic men. But here's what is happening in response. Many Black women are turning to entrepreneurship as a way to regain control. Women globally are increasingly launching startups, and with women now starting nearly half 49% of all new businesses in the United States in 2024, up from 29% in 2019. They are leveraging community networks, informal investing, and women focused ecosystems to fill the gaps left by traditional investors and employers. They are redefining success to include flexibility, autonomy, and emotional well being, aligning with a soft girl era mindset that rejects constant overwork as the only path. Black women, despite being structurally disadvantaged, are reshaping entrepreneurship and labor markets through high rates of business creation. Their exits from traditional employment are draining an estimated $9.2 billion from United States GDP in a single year, underscoring how central their labor it is to the economy. There is growing recognition among policymakers and institutions that ignoring Black women's economic well being harms the entire nation. So, what does all of this mean for you? Danielle Mitchell left me with three takeaways that I want to make sure you hear clearly. First, your breakdown is not a character flaw, it is often a systemic setup. Black women are facing a structural crisis in the labor market. When your life falls apart under that weight, it is not because you are not trying hard enough. It is because you are carrying a load the system was never built to help you hold. Second, softness is a power move, not a luxury. For Black women who are breadwinners, mothers, and leaders, choosing rest, boundaries, and emotional honesty is not optional self care. It is a business and career strategy. Protecting your mental and emotional capacity is how you stay in the game long enough to build something that is truly yours. Third, rebuilding is leadership. When you rise, you shift your whole ecosystem. Black women are driving new business creation, innovation, and community leadership, even while underpaid and undersupported. Every time you choose to get back up, to take that 12-hour shift, launch that side business, or walk away from a sabotaging relationship, you are modeling a new blueprint for your children, your coworkers, and your community. Your comeback is not just personal, it is economic and cultural leadership. So here is what I want you to do: stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the system to fix itself. Stop waiting for your family to understand. Stop waiting for the world to value you the way you deserve. If you stopped building your life around proving your worth to people who doubt you, family, partners, bosses, and started building it around protecting your peace and honoring your gifts, what is one concrete change you would make in the next 30 days? Maybe it is setting a boundary with a family member who keeps undermining you. Maybe it is blocking off one evening a week where you do not pick up extra shifts and instead you rest or work on your business idea. Maybe it is booking a therapy session, joining a Black women's business group, or updating your resume for a job that pays you what you deserve. Write it down. Tell one trusted person. Commit to taking that step within the month. Because here is the truth: your softness is not a retreat, it is a revolution. Your rest is not laziness, it is resistance. Your boundaries are not selfishness, they are survival. And your decision to rebuild your life on your own terms in a way that honors your peace, your joy, and your humanity is not just about you. It is about every Black woman watching you, learning from you, and gathering the courage to do the same. The world needs you whole, not broken, rested, not exhausted, free, not burdened. So choose softness, choose boundaries, choose you. Not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Not because the system will reward you, but because your life, your peace, and your power depend on it. This is your soft girl era. Step into it, own it, and watch how everything changes.